Well, good day, viewers. We are joining you from the In The Mix studios. As you guys know, it's already Friday, and we are excited to bring you this show as it is Valentine's Day. But before we do start off the show, we'd like to start off the show on the right note by just paying respect to our founding father who lost his life, Dr. Sam Nujoma, of course. So we'll just be doing a 30 seconds of silence before we look at a tribute video for him. So please do stay tuned and hang out with us as we get ready for this wonderful show. I think now we can officially get into the Friday vibes. We just had to do that to start off the show on the right foot. And as you guys know, it's Braai Munango, of course, your guest host, your main host for the show. And we are ready for an exciting episode. It's Valentine's Day today. No football this coming weekend, which is not a problem. We are all going to be sitting at home and watching the Premier League, hopefully. But Javon and I will be talking more about that later as we get into the show. And my right-hand man, who is always with me. You guys know the vibes. The man, the myth, the legend. Jesse Jackson Karaitha is with me in studio. Jesse B, how you doing, my brother?
Well, Brian, obviously, as you said, it is a day of love, Valentine's Day. But it's always good to be in studio. And today we are joined, obviously. If you call me the man, the legend, the myth, I don't know what to call Woody. He has done it all, and we are joined by Woody Jacobs as well, the coach of the brave Gladiators and as well as Buks Bucaneers in the Premier League. He just recently steered the team to the semi-finals of the MTC Maris Cup. Quite a successful coach in his journey. He was in Botswana and all. Welcome to the show, Woody.
Thank you so much, Jesse, and thank you, Brian, and to the audience. Nice to be here. It's my first time being on the show, and it's a nice vibe here, and it's nice and cozy. So I'm looking forward to the show.
Woody, thank you for joining us in studio today. Michelle always makes sure we start off the show on the right foot, so she got us some cupcakes to just show some love. I mean, it is Valentine's Day at the end of the day. For those that did not get gifts, I mean, this is at least something from us to you. And that's now if you did not get a gift. I'm sure Jesse did not get anything. So Jesse, the cupcake is to show love.
Well, Brian, this time you didn't ask me what it was. I was actually going to fail. I thought it was going to be a samosa or
something. Woody, let's get right into it. Before we do get into the kitchen, we are also going to be prepping you a meal. Me and Terence today, we are making some chicken, but I'm not going to share more details on that. You guys will see on the flip side when we get to the kitchen. But just a little bit of insight. How excited are you for the cup finals that are yet to still be announced? But with Buks Bucaneers you've made the team that has been making waves. I think it's the team that everyone is talking about. Reminds me of how when Chula Chula came in, how everyone was talking about Chula Chula, but now it's Buks Bucaneers and you guys are in the semi-finals of the Maris Cup.
Yeah, I think all credit should go to the players for the fact that they didn't have a good run in the league, and it's something that we had to work on going into the cup. But I think the cup was a good change of environment, and also cut the cup atmosphere and lightened the boys. And they really showed their mettle, and they really showed what the team is all about. Although the last weekend we didn't do so well in the coast, but once again it's football. It's a game that can flip at any time. So on the cup, we're looking forward to this. It's a beautiful initiative by MTC, the title sponsor, and especially with their new product, MTC Maris. So it's exciting times. But we went into the mourning period with the founding father, the passing of the founding father, a man that has led us, that brought freedom to this country and the liberation to this country. So we are honoring him. And we're not yet sure when the cup is going to be, but we're excited. We're looking forward to that. And it also will be a good avenue for us to say and to bestow the honor that a man of his pedigree deserves. So I would love to see we returning back to the football field. That's not in our hands, and we respect that because it's a remarkable man that has left us, and we really need to pay our respects for him.
Very well said, Woody. So I think the reason why I'm very excited for you to be here is because coaching brain Gladiators and also having to coach at club side. I know you guys are getting ready for competition that's also coming around. I think around 21st, 28th of February. Yeah. But that's a topic that we'll be discussing shortly as the brain Gladiators will be preparing to take on Eswatini, if I'm not mistaken. But guys, please do stay tuned, hang tight. We're going to see what me and Terence are cooking up in the kitchen.
Your life could change at any second, but you'll never know until you take the chance. With sports betting, number games, and online casino gambling, JSB is your best bet. Will you be Namibia's next instant millionaire? Place your bets easily online at jsbsports.bet or at any JSB location nationwide. We'll take you to the action anywhere, anytime. JSB, where the next instant millionaires come to play. Strictly no under 18s. JSB supports responsible gambling. Winners know when to stop.
It all began with ink on paper, a small but powerful voice that reached the homes of Namibians, sharing their stories, their triumphs, their struggles. As the world evolved, so did we. From the presses to your screens, keeping you connected to the news that matters, wherever you are. We didn't stop at digital. We brought the action to life on your screens, covering the moments that unite us all. We're not just a source of information. We're your partner in exploration, booking your stay, paying for your meals, and even sending your event tickets straight to your phone. Reaching over 1 million people daily, we are a fully integrated system, working together to make your life easier. Whether it's news, events, or everyday information, we've brought it all together. We're committed to empowering the next generation. Through partnerships and innovation, we're delivering education to every corner of Namibia. We've become so much more. More than news, more than information. We're here to help you enjoy everything Namibia has to offer. NTV, so much more than just television.
So for today's guest here where we are braaiing, I am joined by a very familiar face, someone that everyone knows in the sporting fraternity, a journalist, a director, a futsal player. What did I forget?
First Division 11 aside player.
First Division 11 aside player. What else? A boyfriend. You know the boyfriend. So there was no gift. There's no chocolates.
We'll talk about that later.
I think this is a very sensitive time for a lot of people. So we have to be very precise with things that we say. So I can't be, it's like I'm walking on ice because I have to be careful with what I ask. But yeah, Terence, thank you for joining us today. You and I have a huge task on our hands. And I'm not stressing because I have you with me, but a short introduction of yourself to the viewers, please.
Okay, so my name is Lotta Terence Mukasa. I'm a sports journalist at Future Media. We have 6 brands, of which I'm mostly affiliated with One Africa TV. So I play futsal. I'm a midfielder, of which most people don't believe because they've seen me as a goalkeeper at Ramblers and former Citizen, now known as Davos FC. So yeah, we've won the futsal league twice, and then unfortunately we lost out to an Angolan team like this. Yeah, that team is not, I can't mention the name because they will think maybe I want to join them. But yeah, that's basically it. So during this coming 2024-2025 season, I'm looking forward to rejoin my old club, that is Ramblers Football Academy. We also have a team in the first division, so I'll be coordinating between those two.
Okay, now, first question is, you are very big-hearted, don't you think? Because
Why is that?
futsal, 11 aside, and then also doing the sports work, like the journalist work of it. How do you manage all of it?
I think it's an advantage for me if you look at it, because look, I get to engage with players. I know players in and out, so it's very easy for me to actually not really get information, but to understand players and coaches, you know, where they are coming from and all that. I mean, look, if a player right now is going through something at a club, they will obviously come to me and ask for advice. What is the right way, you know, to tackle this task that I have here or this problem that I have? And I would obviously break it down to them and tell them that, no, look, you need to do A, B, C, and D. You need to write a letter. You need to do what and all that. So before I can publish or rather investigate any further, that player still needs to go through that process, you understand? And then after that, that's when I can now take over to say that, no, look, let's say, for example, I would maybe say Manchester United. I don't want to say any other team here in Namibia, but yeah, let's say they don't want to pay someone, you know. So that's when I can now go to them and be like, no, this player submitted this and this and this. So, but you guys haven't done anything, so I'm going to take it further from here. Like, what is your point of view from this? Because you know that you can't just run an article or rather a story without the other party's voice and all that. So we just need to do that. So I think it gives me leverage.
Okay.
You know?
I like that you are very involved with futsal. News that we got in recently, I don't know if you can share more on this, but AFCON, we are sending a female team to participate at the AFCON that's taking place in Morocco. So can you give us a bit of more detail as to how that happened, if you have now any insight?
During the 2022-2023 season, if I'm not mistaken, it was announced that they will establish a women's national team that would actually compete at that competition. But it's unfortunate that we didn't have a league that you know, that this, where they could play and then the coaches could actually select. So it's more like the guys also, it was a little bit of a hassle to get the players, you know, into the national team. But I think we shouldn't hope for the worst. You see how the guys performed. I mean, we beat Tanzania, we were beaten at home and then we beat Tanzania. So we never really know the outcomes, but we must just be hopeful that these ladies are going to perform good at the competition.
I'm very, very excited for that. Okay, enough talk about football for now. We have a huge task, like I said. We have Woody Jacobs, who we are cooking. That's the head coach of the brave Gladiators, Buks Bucaneers as well. So we need to perform here. We need to come up with something. Jesse, I don't know how he's going to feel about the fact that we are having chicken and not meat, but yeah, can you please break it down? What are we having today? What are we doing now?
Okay, so we have chicken breast.
There we go.
Of which I was told earlier by Giovanni that we should have actually put this 30 minutes ago, but I'm sure we can do some magic.
Look,
it's a special edition. You know, it's you and I.
You and I can pull this off like no one's business. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the breast up in half.
There we go.
And then we're going to chop up some spinach, and then we're going to put on some cheese, and then we're going to stuff them, and then put them on the grill with some happy... You can't have food or happy food without greens and beans. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know what I'm talking about. If not, you guys just have to stay tuned for the rest of the episode. As for now, you and I have to be chopping this up. I don't know how your skills are with the knife, but I'll be continuing with the meat. So you guys please do stay tuned. We do have a video coming up next from the coast as we get ready with the food.
Okay.
Slow internet should be a headache of the past, yet many Namibians have connections that just aren't fast. We have a solution that might set you free. It's called Mobile LTE, and it comes with real speed. You'll enjoy up to 50 megabytes per second from just $300 Namibian a month and free internet browsing after midnight till 6. When it comes to staying connected, this is it. Visit Paratus.Africa/Namibia or our branches nationwide and experience the thrill of better internet with Paratus by your side.
Always prepared, Paratus.
Yes, indeed, we are with, that is Woody Jacobs. We introduced him already. Brian, I saw you, what you guys are cooking up there, and we can't wait to have that, obviously. Chicken, I'm a hetero man, I love meat, but obviously chicken meat is also okay. I mean, obviously meat here in Windhoek is very expensive.
Yeah.
So we have to transport goats. Okay, but anyways, that is with Woody Jacobs. One of the finest coaches that you can bring in the industry. He has been to Botswana as well, coaching a few clubs there. Came back home, serving for the national team. Woody, obviously one of the questions that we'll always have is that your journey, what do you make of that?
A wonderful one, in my opinion, because I don't look at any experience anything that I experience in life with a regret, because it's always a learning environment, and I always learn from these type of experiences. So insightful adventure at times, and sometimes it was also heartbreak, because you basically have to go because you're not wanted anymore. But I have no regrets for whatever I've done. Yes, at times if life was predictable, it would not have been the beautiful life that we have. If we could all know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes, it would not be as exciting as it is. So I'm very glad for the journey I had. I started as a young coach, because I failed to make the team. I failed to make the team, but the guys were better than me. Today I understand that why players get benched and why some are playing, because the players I played with was illustrious players, and I couldn't break into the first team. So then I said, let me leave this, and at that time I was working for Namibia Wildlife Resorts. So I was based at Dunfermline as a resort officer at that time. And but then when in my off days I would come home, and we stayed near Kommersdal Stadium, where I also spent most of my time growing up. And I saw some young boys, and I said, let me what I've learned in coaching, because I went through Eric Munyu, the late Eric Munyu, Albert Lowe, some illustrious coaches, and I said, let me also teach them what I've learned. And then this bug bit me, and I said, but I'm good at this, I like this. And that's why I started coaching. So I started very early. Around 97 I started coaching. So I coached that young team, and I went on. In 2001 I did my first B license at SKW. They brought a German instructor, and we did our B license with David Fellersneever and all these guys. We were there. the Jackie Gertzes, the Jackie Shipangas were also there. So that's when the coaching started, and in 2001, that same year, when I got that license, I went to Civics, and I started my first Premier League stint. So I've never looked back, and I love what I'm doing. When I get on that pitch, it's my sanctuary, it's my love affair.
Okay, Coach Woody, thank you for that beautiful history. I'm sure something that everyone or somebody that's passionate about football would appreciate in terms of your journey, where you went. But we speak of the current situation now with Buks Bucaneers, one of the teams in the semi-final. I know when you took over the club quite recently, it was a team that was struggling, and a lot of people, if you could see on social media, were mocking the team in terms of the performances wise. You came on and changed the whole dimensions, and it's currently the team that a lot of people are talking about, among with the likes of Young African FC, a talented squad. How did you manage to bring that to the table?
To be honest with you, we need to give credit for the people that assembled the team. It's a very good team. It has always been a good team. It's just that luck eluded them, and they were not grinding it out. And I still say to them every day, I say players are the architects of our success. And we just there to guide them, to mold them, and to motivate them. Sometimes they just need a pep talk to say that you're good enough. Don't look down and all these things. So the team that was assembled by the predecessor, my predecessor James Brits, was a good one, together with the other coaches and the chairman. So I think it's a team that can go far if they keep their feet firmly to the ground, and it's one that I want to finish with. Okay. Yeah, I want to finish with them and work my way through. But also, I just told you that my journey started so early. Yeah. I've started to realize that it's time for younger coaches to come through. But I don't want to be lost for football. I rather want to say, let me go and direct, and say, let younger coaches come, we mentor them, we help them, where we also went through. Because we didn't get that help that when we were younger. So we were through in the deep end, and we had to swim. So my eventual aim is I want to finish this season with them, see the best possible position that we can get ourselves in. And also, we want to do well in the Maris Cup. And what's the problem of dreaming? Yeah. Why can't we be the recipients of that 1.5 million? So, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, Coach. The other thing is, obviously, it is the Brave Gladiators preparing for an important clash with Eswatini. We were dealt with almost a blow, but actually, people realized that sports needs to continue, whether or not... may his soul rest in peace, whether the founding father has passed away or not. But you look at a team that you have assembled, a very strong team, and it's not the first time that you are taking on. You have had a couple of victories in your side with the Kosafas and all of that. How's our hope? How are our chances of possibly qualifying to the Women's African Championships? Because the last time I remember that we played in that competition was in 2014 when we hosted the tournament here in Namibia. From that, we have not managed to qualify. So, I mean, give us hope.
No, definitely. We are not called the land of the brave for nothing. And I always say that whenever we're faced with a daunting task and a challenge that is sometimes looks that we cannot achieve it, our players come through, both male and female. The Warriors and the Gladiators has been in these type of situations before, and I have no doubt. Look, we haven't had the best of preparation, but the good thing is the Super League has started, and we played 4 games. So when we took them on Monday, you could see that they're not at ground zero, that we have to start all over and all these things. But now for the we had about 7 sessions up to today. We had this session this morning, and it was really good, and the girls look good. We'll be missing Zanata. She has a family a situation that she has to deal with, and then also we will be missing Tomalina Adams, as well as Emma Naris, that is facing an injury. But the youngsters that we've brought into the squad is formidable, and I think that our future looks bright. With a mixture of good experience, Melissa Higuam, Lavisa Malunga, to mention a few, Memory Gonda, we still look a formidable outfit. So I have no doubt that next week Friday we'll be playing our first away match, and then we'll be playing on the 26th of February. We'll be playing the home match in Dobsonville, our home match. Yeah, our home match, yes.
I'm so happy you're putting emphasis on the home match.
Our home match in Dobsonville. So that is the first round. We'll meet Zambia when we go through. And you hear, I don't say if, I say when we go through. We're going to meet Zambia, so yes. Jesse, the team looks good, and the team has always done well. I think the Gladiators hasn't received the respect that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
They've really done well. Honestly, these girls have come in leaps and bounds, and they've really done well. So I'm looking forward.
Okay, well, before we do move on to Javon, just one more question. You more or less you have 26, 27 years of experience in the coaching industry. Does that make it easier for you to switch from having to coach the female team and maybe going back to Bucks, because the tactics are definitely not the same, the style of play is definitely not the same, the intensity is definitely not the same. So does the experience make it easier for you to juggle the two teams?
Yeah, absolutely. I never coached the ladies until I helped the under 20 ladies way back in 2020, just before COVID came. Jackie asked me to come and help the under 20s. But one thing I can tell you, Brian, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
And the difference is the women, they respond better to tactics than men.
Oh, okay.
I'm not lying to you. Because men, they think they know it all. And they listen carefully, and they apply. And hence I'm telling you, I'm at ease. I'm like a duck in water. Yeah.
Wow, that's a very beautiful answer. I think we'll come back to that discussion a little bit later. But for now, we'll be joined by Javon Wilson to just break down a few bet slips for you guys for over the weekend. As we know, the Premier League is starting today with Chelsea and Brighton, but we'll talk more about that as we get to betting with Javon.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
1.85 for the national record.
Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo Kaha.
Hy sê wie hy is aan neertrek en daai bal het my grond gevat. Ja, hy het grond gevat en as hy
running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Bet with the best. We're back again, Javon and Brian Munango, to just break down a few games for you guys for over the weekend. Maybe you guys can make some money. But before we do talk about the weekend, how are you doing, brother man?
Pretty well. Glad to be back. A bit tough last week with the predictions and permutations, but hopefully we have some recovery this weekend.
That's always the spirit that you guys should have when going into the weekend. It's a weekend that has passed, didn't go that well. Don't dwell on that too much. Focus on what's coming And I think for us, it's time for us to focus on what's coming. Let's not waste time. Looking at Saturday, we're going to bring up a slide now shortly just so the games that we can expect on Saturday with Chabon Wilson in the English Premier League. Friday night, we have one game that you spoke about lightly. That is Brighton taking on Chelsea.
Yeah, interesting game. I think it's a scoring game, scoring match. I would obviously go for both teams to score there.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. But if I have to choose between the Brighton and between Chelsea, I think Chelsea are not playing away at the Amex. I think I'll go with the Blues there with the Chelsea.
Are you ignoring the cup game?
Yeah, I'm putting a line right through it.
Okay.
I'll think Chelsea can get the 3 points. But as I said, the best bet that I'll give to the punters out there, both teams to score.
I think I'll go with that as well. I think it's just above 1.7, so it's definitely a good bet. Javon, these are our games for Saturday. So run through them. Just tell me what you think and where your favorite games are lying.
Lunchtime kickoffs, you know my lunchtime kickoffs. Eh?
You still
Arsenal,
believe in
yeah. Look, Arsenal are a bit unfortunate now with the injuries and a couple of players out there playing against a very, hurt Leicester side with Ruud van Nistelrooy. They haven't been doing too well.
Yeah.
I think there's a draw on the cards there. And I'm willing to put some money down for that.
It's a bold call, okay?
Yeah. Villa at home, I'll straight go with the Villa side. I think they make some decent signings. We spoke about it last week during the transfer window. So I think Villa should be a bit too strong for the Ipswich. Fulham at home, I think they caught form. But obviously Forest are a side that look like they could possibly be getting Champions League football next season. I like them. I like the way they play. They're a good footballing side. It's a tough game. I'll also go with both teams to score there.
Okay, that's a good one. And then City and Newcastle. That's a very interesting game. City's odds are just about even against Newcastle. I think we haven't seen City give this many odds in a season before. Even odds against Newcastle. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, at the Etihad, it's always City to be the favourites, though. A decent side, regardless of their form. Newcastle are also decent. I sound like a broken record here, but I'll always also go there with both teams to score there. I think it's an attacking game. I think there's goals in that match. To pick an outright winner will be a bit tough, so I'll go with a safe bet of both teams to score.
Okay, Bournemouth and Southampton.
I like the Bournemouth there. I like them a lot. I think Kluivert scores a lot of goals. Semenyo in the midfield, they're very attacking, a good side there. Southampton are struggling. Obviously, we know that. They're probably going down this season. But they are at home. I would go with the Bournemouth, though.
Okay, I think I agree with you there. With most of the games, I do agree. I'm going to say Arsenal, I don't agree. I think Arsenal are going to beat Leicester City comfortably. Leicester in the relegation battle, I don't see them getting any points there. Villa, comfortable win, strengthen up very well. Nottingham Forest, most probably one of my favorite teams this season. They broke through. Everyone probably thought they'll be fighting for relegation, but here they are in the top 3. I think they're just below Arsenal. So I'm going to give them a comfortable win against Fulham. And then another game that I actually like is Crystal Palace and Everton. What are your thoughts on that game?
It's a decent game. It's an attacking game. It's the last game on a Saturday evening. Everton, I think David Moyes' return has really helped them a lot. You saw it in the Merseyside derby at Goodison the other night, fighting, like they fight for every ball. They were decent in the beginning stages of the second half up until Salah scored. But Palace, Palace coming off a win of United. Yeah, United at Old Trafford, at the Theatre of Dreams. It's an attacking game, and Mateta is doing pretty well there. I think they have a decent side.
Yeah.
But Everton also, I think that's another game that I'll probably go with both teams to score there. To pick an outright, it'll be quite difficult.
I think I'm going to ride on the form that Everton is in. I think that Merseyside derby draw just gave them a little bit of more confidence because they've been, in the past 3-4 games, they've been doing well. So I think I'll give them a comfortable win of like a 2-1. But yeah, if we have a look at Saturday's games, we don't have a lot of games on Saturday. We have 2 games, and the most interesting one has to be Liverpool taking on...
You mean Sunday's games?
Sunday, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me say, not even Liverpool. Manchester United. We Manchester United fans have been put through a lot by this Tottenham team. Tottenham can always be struggling throughout the season, but then you'll see them show up, beat United 4-0, beat us 3-0. What are your thoughts on Sunday's games?
United to win. I think, you see, Spurs, I've been watching Spurs, I've been punting them a couple of times this season, and they let me down, especially in the big matches.
Yeah.
The matches that they are supposed to win, they don't win. I know they're playing at home, but I do feel like United can win that match, considering the form that Spurs are in. But also the Liverpool and the Wolves game is not an easy game for Liverpool at the Anfield. I think they had a very tough game, a lengthy game at the Goodison. I think it took a lot out of the squad. So I do feel like Wolves can come into that game pretty strong. Although it is at Anfield, I think it's not an easy game for Liverpool. But I do feel United will be, I do sound biased because it is my club, right? I do feel that they are the banker and they have good odds there. So I'll throw in United as a banker this weekend. And then I'll add a couple of games which are this evening, such as Bologna, I think they're playing at home, Girona as well. And then probably the Chelsea and Brighton, both teams to score, should give you something like 10 odds or so.
10 odds, $100 gets you 1,000. We'll be talking about Javon's bet slips and my bet slip a little bit later. For now, let's have a look at the Champions League fixtures that are scheduled to take place on Tuesday and on Wednesday next week. This is now before we break down the bet slips over the weekend. So Javon, Tuesday and Wednesday's results last week. I mean, we won't get another chance to touch on these. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what we saw? We saw Madrid beating Manchester City, a heavy comeback. Jude Bellingham once again scoring the winning goal for Real Madrid. Another good mention, Brest, who you were rooting for. Brest got beat by PSG comfortably. I think that was the score of 3-0. But yeah, let's have a look at the games that are scheduled to take place on Tuesday. And then you just let us think, let me know who do you think is going through and who is not. AC Milan got beaten by Feyenoord away. They are trailing. Benfica is leading. Bayern is leading. Atalanta, a shock result for me. They're also behind 2-1. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult there, man. 1-0 down, AC Milan, but they're playing at the San Siro, just Giuseppe Meazza. So I think they have a decent chance of still qualifying. It's an early kickoff match, so make sure you get your bets in early. As you said, Benfica leading. I think Benfica can take that match through. I think they're going to it's an easy win for them. Bayern Munich as well. I wouldn't touch too much on that. They had a bit of a tough game against Celtic in Scotland, in Glasgow. So, but I think at home in Germany, I think they will do well. Atalanta, Club Brugge, I'm not too sure. I would always go with goals there, as we saw in the first round. There were a lot of goals in that round, in the opening matches in the first game, in the first leg. So I would definitely go with goals over 1.5, over 2.5, corners as well. And definitely my favorite, as I said, are both teams to score. I think in the Champions League, they have nothing to lose. Playoffs, might as well go and throw the kitchen sink.
Yeah. I think the both teams to score is a good tip for this weekend with a lot of games. If we have a look at Wednesday's games, I mean, we saw the Bayern Munich and Atalanta to play. We need to have a look at the games that are scheduled to take place on Wednesday. Now, here, I don't know. I think for PSG, it's done and dusted. I'm not going to give Brestois a chance against PSG at home, not going to lie. Dortmund beat Sporting away from home. That was a very shocking result for me. PSV and Juventus won the games just, and Real Madrid also just won the game just 3-2 with a wonderful comeback. Now going into the second leg, I think City are at a disadvantage because they play away. Having to go to Madrid to win a game is very difficult. So what are your thoughts? Who's going through on Wednesday?
Yeah, obviously, I think Dortmund have the upper hand there. I think our coach Woody over there would have more expertise about this. But a coach leaving halfway through the season isn't a good thing for any side, for any footballing side. They were decent the first couple of matches after the coach left, but after that, I think the transition really the team felt that. So I think Dortmund would be a banker, same as PSG. I would also perhaps consider Real Madrid as a banker there. I mean, as you know, it's going to be a difficult game for Man City. The crowd, it's going to be insane, So especially the Vini Rodriguez saga that we have there with the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. I would definitely consider Real Madrid to win that match. And then which other match was there again?
The final game that we do have on the... Okay, we'll bring up the screen right now. But look, in other news, we have a pool. I think Sylvanus will be very interested in this. The Soccer 13 pool for this weekend.
Yes.
How much money is on the table?
So we have a massive guaranteed jackpot. Guaranteed jackpot basically means if you are the only winner with that ticket, we will pay you out 22 million Namibian dollars.
22 million Namibian dollars.
Yeah. So the pool closes tomorrow, Saturday, 4:15. Make sure you get your bets in early. Unfortunately, it's not online at the moment. We're working on that, but it's only in store.
It's only in store.
Only in store at the moment, yeah.
Okay, so at least there is news that you are working on making a system, something available for people to just.
Yeah, no, most definitely we're working behind the scenes. It's a lot of work, but hopefully we'll give the nation what they want this year. And yeah, but for now, in store, get your bets in early. Get the lines, the queues are going to be big. 22 million, it's a massive jackpot. So yeah, test your knowledge, your football knowledge. We have top journalists there, our braai master with the breasts. We have our coach over there, is doing pretty well with our Gladiators. Shout out to him as well.
Yeah.
So you guys also test your knowledge, your football knowledge. Let's see how many you can get correct out of 13.
Okay, well, before we do give you your gift for Valentine's, I know your wife is still in South Africa, right?
Yeah, still there.
Yeah, so now we have the duty of giving you a gift for Valentine's Day. But before I give you your Valentine's Day gift, we need to break down your bet slip for the weekend. So guys, let's have a look at Javon's bet slip that comes up with a lot of good money. So it will be coming up on the screen shortly, and then we can just discuss the payout there. There's a lot of games. You went with a lot of games, Javon.
Yeah, I think that's an eightfold, right?
Yes,
yeah.
an eightfold. So you have Chelsea to beat Brighton, which I'm sure you might change to both teams to score, unless you're keeping it the same. You have Girona winning the game against Getafe, RB Leipzig to beat Augsburg. I don't know about that.
It's a tricky game, yeah. The odds, you can see the odds there.
And then Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, you win for both teams to score. That's a very good one. Bologna, you said are beating Torino. And then in one of your other games, you said Inter and Juventus, another both teams to score. Like I said, Javon has a lot of both teams to score, guys. And then you have Brest that are playing that other team, Auxerre.
Yeah, at home, yeah.
You also went for them to win. Is that a straight win?
Yeah, straight win.
And the odds are 2.19. That's a lot of odds, guys. I think I would jump on that. And then in the last game, you have Go Ahead Eagles. This is now in the Netherlands.
The Eredivisie, yeah.
And you're giving them a straight win at odds at 2. And then your total odds are 250.
Yeah.
So $50 gets you 14,000 Namibian dollars. So even I think I'll put a 20 on this one.
Yeah, as you know, I always look for the value in bets. I didn't touch on the Inter Juve game. That's going to be a good game. I know in the Serie A, they're not known for high scoring matches, but I do feel like both teams can score in that match. Both teams will try and score. Inter going for the league there. And also the Leverkusen and Bayern game. I think Leverkusen are trailing by 8 points, so they have to try and retain their title there.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a decent game. It is our match of the week. By JSB, so you can predict the match there online on Facebook or Instagram for free.
Okay.
And if you win, then you win your share of $1,000 in free bets.
In free bets. I think I'm going to give you guys the tip for that one. If you guys want the money this weekend, I'm saying 2-2, both teams to score. But that's just me. Okay, let's have a look at my bets quickly while I get your gift ready. So mine is not a lot of things, eh? It's very straight to the point. So I have Arsenal to beat Leicester City, and then I have Aston Villa beating Ipswich. Bournemouth are going to comfortably beat Southampton. Nottingham Forest are going to win against Fulham. That's my best bet for the weekend. Not my best bet, but let me say my value bet for the weekend.
Yeah.
As it has 3.25 odds, which I feel like is crazy. And then Manchester City, I'm going to vouch for them. I'm going to go $150 for a total of 3,000.
I wish you nothing but the best, eh?
If I don't win, then I can't give anyone anything for Valentine's Day.
If you win that Soccer 13 pool, I mean, you give the whole nation something,
Well, Javon, I think 22 million will do me a lot of good. I'll also try to jump on that. But like I said, we didn't get you anything for the show so far. So this is your gift from us, an apron for yourself. Happy Valentine's Day, my brother.
Thank you very much. You can show it to the camera. Proudly sponsored and powered by JSB. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate it.
We got you, bro. So good luck with the weekend's bets. If you have to give us one value bet, which one would it be? Value for the weekend.
Man United to beat Spurs.
Man United to beat Spurs. I'm going Nottingham Forest to win against Fulham. But we'll give you the details on the next episode, guys. But that's all that we have for now. And we'll be seeing you shortly.
Your life could change at any second, but you'll never know until you take the chance. With sports betting, number games, and online casino gambling, JSB is your best bet. Will you be Namibia's next instant millionaire? Place your bets easily online at jsbsports.bet or at any JSB location nationwide. We'll take you to the action anywhere, anytime. JSB, where the next instant millionaires come to play. Strictly no under 18s. JSB supports responsible gambling. Winners know when to stop.
My name is Paul Shipanga, head coach of Blue Water Sports Club. I feel very sad and hurt about the passing of our first ever president, Dr. Sam Shafekuna Nujoma. I wish the Nujoma family deepest sympathy and condolences. I wish the Namibian nation in this mourning period to stick together, because that's what the president would have wanted, besides our differences. And may his soul rest in eternal peace, and may God be with the family. Thank you very much.
Hey, my name is Steven Junior Damasap, a player from Blue Water Sports Club. I would love to send out my condolences to our late Dr. Sam Shavishuna Nyoma's family. It is with all sadness that we heard about his news, and it touched many hearts of the Namibian nation. And from our side as the Blue Water Sports Club, and as a player myself, we would like to send out our condolences to the family, the Nyoma family. And yeah, it's really heartbreaking that we had to hear about that, and that he had to leave us like that. So with all sincere, may his soul rest in peace.
Hi, good afternoon. Unfortunately, we got on the bad and sad news. Our founding father and the first president, Dr. Sam Nujoma, passed on. And a very big miss for the country, for our nation. And on behalf of Blue Boys, the technical team and players, we want to give our condolences, Nujoma family, our nation, and our people. And our president, our founding father, the fight against apartheid regime and colonial systems, and brought independence, justice, and freedom for our people. We'll miss him so much. Go well, Father, and we will miss you. Thank you.
Taking flight has never been easier. Paratus is introducing Sky-Fi internet packages with speeds that will have you reaching for your seatbelts, starting from $500 Namibian excluding VAT per month, with speeds reaching up to 10 megabits per second. There's even a prepaid option where you can top up your Sky-Fi internet for just $15 Namibian per gigabyte. No contracts, no fuss. Visit your nearest Paratus branch to find out more, or go to paratus.africa/Namibia to sign up online.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Okay, so I had to leave you alone for a minute. I had to get busy with Savon. I had to speak to Woody. But please tell us how it was in the kitchen, leaving you alone. I'm sure you can handle yourself in the kitchen. I know you. Tell me what you did for us, and it's looking great. I like the color. If the viewers can just see the work that has been done by Terence is immaculate. The meat is not ready yet. I'm scared of salmonella, but yeah, we're getting there. We're almost there. But yeah, please just break it down for us. What happened here?
Okay, so with some amazing assistance, I managed to cut down the chicken breast. And then we have good food as well, you know. Now we call it spinach, Popeye spinach.
Popeye spinach.
You know, the very good one for footballers. I mean, we need it for our health, you know, stamina and physicality, energy and everything. And then we also have feta cheese, you know, stuffed just in there just to add some little bit of flair, you know. And then we also have
greens and beans.
Greens and beans. But obviously the green and beans, we'll see them at the, once we are done, once we've already set out everything, you know, for you to munch before you go out into the world for Valentine's Day. So
yeah, no, me, I'm very busy today. I don't know what a lot of you are doing today, but my schedule is very
tight
today. But yeah, just tell me, we don't have football this weekend. So what does your weekend look like? I mean, usually you would be out in the field covering some sort of sports. None of that is happening this weekend, so what are the plans looking like?
Okay, so before your phone call, I received a wonderful message. You know, Remblers will be taking on Tigers FC tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So I'll be playing.
Okay.
But you know, obviously there are no spectators allowed and everything. So everything is going to be, you know, behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But at least it's just good for someone to just, you know, be out there in a weekend where there is no football or any sporting activities.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
So is it like is it a friendly match or?
It's just a friendly match.
Okay, unfortunately, I can't invite the viewers out to come watch the game, but maybe you will be giving out updates on social media so people can stay tuned to that as well.
I will only be able to give you updates
After the
on
game?
halftime and after the game because I'll be playing.
Are you in the goal? Or
Yes, I'm in the goal post. So, but after the game, I'll definitely give you
an
guys an update. Yeah, to see on how Tigers has gone so far and how Rimless has also gone so far preparing for the first division. So yeah.
Okay, cool. One thing we spoke about on the other side of the table is the MTC Maris Cup, right? All in all, 1.5 million is on the table. What have you made of that tournament and the fact that MTC jumped on that wonderful initiative to put down 1.5 million, one winner, no second place, no third place, and also to put you on the spot, who do you think is winning the MTC Maris Cup? Having teams like Bucks, who are in good form, the formidable African Stars, who are still in contention for that competition as well. Who do you think is walking away with it?
No harm, but when it comes to African Stars is good in the league. But when it comes to cup competitions, we have seen over the past 3-4 years, hasn't been so good for them. I mean, they were beaten twice by Chula Chula, which is, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, we have Buks Bucaneers consisting of young Sanchez in the goalpost. You have the number 10.
Ooh.
A lot of youngsters who are there. I mean, with Coach Woody Jacobs' philosophy of getting good, energetic boys onto the pitch, you have good energy going there.
Yeah.
And then I was vouching for KK Palace because, you know, you also have youngsters there who were cooking, but unfortunately they were knocked out. But yeah, look, Ronnie Canalelo also resigned. So there is also that little bit of tension in the dressing room. And that tension in the dressing room always hinders the team from performing good on the outside or rather on the pitch. So I wouldn't say African Stars is going to take it. I would give it to someone else. Bucks will definitely be finalists. And then there's Young African.
Young. I was about to ask you, why are you forgetting Young African?
Then there's Young African. Save the best for last.
Yeah.
You have Smokey, Mungu, the number 3 for Young African in the midfield.
Yeah.
He's a general. So far, I would say he's the best in the Debmarin Premiership at the moment, you know, in terms of being a defensive midfielder, box-to-box midfielder. So I would give it to Bucks and Young African finals.
I think it's very nice that I have you in studio and also having Woody Jacobs. This conversation doesn't end here. We're going to take it to the other side and we're going to hear his thoughts on what you are saying. But we're first going to finish this up and we'll be joining you guys on the other side with Woody Jacobs and the man himself, Karaitha.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads. 1.85 for the national record. Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo
Wys, hy sê wie hy is er aan neergetrek en daai bal het my grond gevat. Ja, hy het grond gevat en is hier
Running that mountain up. Right, so we will be doing this. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
Kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Well, it's always lovely having the likes of Woody Jacobs to join us here in studio, just to pick your brain and to get the knowledge on the football. Well, before we do continue, the food is almost ready. We're just waiting for Terence to just touch up the last bits. But I just want to get your thoughts, and Jesse as well, on the top goal scorers in the male and in the women's league. So let's have a look at the top goal scorers in the Marine Premiership. The slide will be coming up shortly. So yes, those are our players. Jesse, I'm sure you know these guys better than I do, but that African Stars midfielder has been the talk of the town. So please just give us a rundown of the top goal scorers in the Marine Premiership.
Well, if you see Abraham Shaikika, he has been coming of age. I've seen his development. And he's proving to be one of the players that you can obviously rely on in terms of games. So I'm sure that the future is bright for him. It's still early days,
yes.
to decide that he's going to be the top scorer of the tournament or the league or anyways. But if you can see that we have that Salsa, a guy that was at African Stars before and now at Commerce Nampo FC, quite a good player, forceful. He does a lot in terms of that. And then we look at Lizwani Lifaso, obviously a player from Julinho Athletics, so he's quite a good player as well. I think we'll end it there at those top three players.
And then if we have a look at, we also do have the females, where the goals now fly in left and right. So we'll have a look at how the top standings looks like. And the top goal scorer already from Commerce Nampo, Shange Thomas has 13 goals. Viola Fleet, someone who I'm very familiar with, a good friend of mine, she has 12 as well. Memory Ngonga has 11 in her side. Beverly has 8 goals. Woody, looking at these goal scorers, does it make it easier for you to select your sides, or does it play some sort of insight as to who you should be having in your team?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't ignore the fact that your top goal scorers should be in a team, especially when you are looking for goals, because goals wins matches. Fiola, Memory, Beverly, all of them in a surprise package is the player from Nampol, also up there with 13 goals already, and only 8 matches played yet. Nine matches played. So it just shows the quality of the girls, and they're really coming in leaps and bounds. And you can see that they already in the double figures, and with the male we are struggling to hit that.
Yes.
With also the same number of games played, the male 5 goals, 4 goals.
Yeah.
So it's looking interesting. But yes, it does determine the way forward on what we can do. But one thing I also say that we need to make our especially our Women Super League, we need to make it more competitive.
Yes.
Because the score lines for me is not good.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that say that let's try and spread the talent amongst the teams evenly, so that they can also learn from one another. Because today we're scoring 9 goals and then we can't score goals against Eswatini.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying, because the playground is not level. But that's a topic for another day. But I'm glad that the players in the national team is also featuring in the goal scoring charts, and it's good. For the male, I'm surprised. I know the young man Chaikika Bakonja is a very good player, midfielder that plays as a false 9. From what I've seen, African Stars, and you spoke about African Stars, and Terence also mentioned the fact that African Stars not doing well in the cup. They won the double last year.
Yeah.
So I don't think Terence has his stats right. At the time I was in Botswana, they won the cup and they won the league. So it shows that their cup team, the Dr. Hagikenko Cup, it's a once-off game, and sometimes you don't have the motivation as you would like. So I still think that in the Maris Cup, African Stars is a team to beat.
Yes.
I still think they're the team to beat. We are playing against them, but it's a once-off game, and we have nothing to lose. So we'll go and take it all the way.
Take it all the way. Well, I think we do not have a lot of time left, but the guy himself, Terence, is ready and has prepared us some chicken. The chicken looks divine. And I think you guys have done enough talking for today, and thank you for all the football knowledge that you guys have given us. But Woody Jacobs, you should get us the first bite and tell us how Terence did in the kitchen.
I'm scared, so I'll take the smallest one. Terence might be there to say I want to have this man running to the bathroom more often than ever. But thank you so much.
Lovely stuff. Well, okay, while you are having that, then you let us know how it tastes. I think, viewers, that's all that we do have for you today. Jesse, I would say jump on that as well. And then you let us know how it tastes. Maybe
I took the biggest bite. Quite hot.
Coach?
No, this is nice. This is
It's
nice. Really nice, subtle, not too extravagant and too much flavor. Really nice. And and from what I've seen, the way you prepare it, I'm gonna do this at home.